What is going on, crypto friends and poker friends too? Thank you guys so much for joining us here today for a very special live stream to celebrate the very first NFT drop on Theta. ThetaDrop taking it live to you guys tonight, and I have some special guests with me that are going to help celebrate this momentous occasion. My name is CryptoStache. I go by Stash. Friends call me Stash. And I am an NFT expert and creator in the space. And we are going to follow the entire drop. We're going to get you guys excited and hyped up for this. We're going to showcase all the really cool things that are coming from this very first World Poker Tour NFT release. And I'm joined by some fabulous co-hosts here today. I have Matt Savage, I have Lynn Gilmartin, and Tony Dunst. Thank you guys so much for joining me here.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so awesome, man. And, so why don't you guys, just for the audience out there, maybe people who are not very familiar, just give us a little rundown of who you are and what you're, where are you at here? Why are you here? Why are you guys on stream? You guys are special people. We need to know who you are. So why, tell us a little bit about yourself, Matt.
Ash, I am the executive tour director of the World Poker Tour, and one of the things I've been working on recently is getting those people to sign up for these the NFT drop that we're doing here tonight. I'm excited about it. I've been working really hard on it with the team back at the World Poker Tour and with Theta, so it's going to be an exciting night for us.
I'm excited as well. Lynn, give us a little rundown.
Yeah. So my name's Lynne Gilmartin. I'm the anchor of the World Poker Tour, and I have been for 8 years. So my job alongside Matt and Tony is to literally sort of be there tableside and witness these life-changing moments for poker players all over the world, constantly seeing dreams come true, which is just priceless. And now I'm pretty excited to see these historic moments that we've witnessed in real life being glorified and minted into NFTs.
The glory, fortune and glory. We're going for it tonight. Thanks so much. Tony, tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
I'm Tony Dunst, host of the World Poker Tour alongside Matt Savage, Lynne Gilmartin, and Gus Hansen. I've been a professional poker player for almost 20 years and into the crypto space for about 4, but I am very excited to be getting my first NFTs in the World Poker Tour NFT drop with Theta Network. So let's do this.
Let's do it. Wow, yeah, thank you. I'm excited. So we're all gonna be participating in this. I think everyone's really excited about this drop in general. Like I said, I've been on the Theta Network streaming there for a very long time. I love the community there, and this is a big moment for Theta Network, but also for everyone in the community as well. And we've been looking forward to NFTs on this network for a very long time. And if you guys have been following a little bit of the news, I mean, you've probably seen something about NFTs here or there. I would be a little surprised, but my name is, like I said, my name is CryptoStache. I do go by Stash. You can follow me on YouTube and on Twitter. I'm at CryptoStache pretty much everywhere. So if you want to learn more about NFTs and what's going on in that space, definitely follow me there. But like we were talking about, Theta itself, they're not only just doing these NFTs, but they have a whole network, right? The network is essentially a decentralized, distributed content network that is used for primarily video right now, but the network could actually be used for a lot of different things, right? So I don't know if you guys have checked out Theta TV. Have any of you guys been on Theta TV and saw the really cool World Poker Tour stream there? I mean, it's always going, and I jump in all the time.
Definitely. I always get a chance. Whenever I get a chance to see Lynn, I always tune in.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, well, the good thing about it is that these streams are they're always going on Theta TV, and so you can always drop by, kind of see what's going on, and even if it's not necessarily the latest thing, it's on 24/7 loop, so you can always stop by and see some of your favorite matches going down.
And that's the cool thing about poker too, right? You can just sort of hop in and start watching at any point in the game, and you can kind of figure out after seeing a couple of hands like what's going on. You can sort of see everyone's chip counts and go, okay, and you can just sort of watch one hand on its own and experience the thrill of it one hand at a time, which is also why the NFTs just are pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, exactly. And so Theta's doing some really big things. I'm very excited about this very first drop here. you know, there's been so much hype going in the NFT space here recently, and Theta has always been, you know, I wouldn't say kind of a late entry into the NFT game, but they are a powerhouse, and this very first drop really is a momentous occasion, and all the people out there that have already pre-registered, I know we have over 15,000 pre-registers for this event, so I expect that it's going to be a pretty quick sale. How are you guys feeling about it? You guys feel confident about this?
I feel super confident. Just looking at the degree of enthusiasm and engagement from the Theta Network community leading up to this drop, and just how strong they embrace the World Poker Tour leading up to this drop, made me so excited to be paired with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 18 seasons of content, and makes it pretty easy for us to do on the World Poker Tour. But there's been so many great moments, so excited to see those.
It's true.
On these NFTs.
It's true. And so let's go take a look real quick and just take a look at some of these moments. Well, let's go take a look at the website so you guys can see exactly what you're going to be getting yourself into tonight. The Theta WPT site is up, and the drop is going to be starting here tonight at 9 p.m. Here Pacific, which is that's 11 midnight, or was that midnight your guys' time in Eastern? 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, midnight.
Yeah.
But we got about 21 minutes. 21 minutes. We're close. Yeah. We're close.
Kind of feels like New Year's Eve.
Yeah, it's a little bit, right? We got the countdown going on. Everyone's here. We're all excited. We got a bunch of people ready to go. And when midnight pops, I think we're gonna see this epic drop. So this is the marketplace you guys should be registered on, and make sure you're signed up and you're already logged in. You can pre-register and get your account already set up with funds, and that way you're not trying to fumble and put everything all last minute. But don't worry, because this is just week 1 of the drops. So this was a really cool idea they went with. They have multiple weeks. They have week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4, and so you'll be able to get all the different packs every week, plus another round of legendaries that are going to be dropping. So I think that's a great thing, guys. What do you think, as far as be able to allow as many people to get in on this sale, so you have multiple chances, not just tonight?
Right.
Well, I love it. I think that I'm already signed up myself, and my wife is as well. We're excited to be a part of it, and hope to get one of those legendary packs for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the legendary packs are obviously the most rare, right? When it comes to the amount of packs. Now, they haven't quite released the hard max supply in each pack, but they are going to kind of limit them depending on how the tonight's sale goes. And like I said, we already have a lot of people pre-registered for this sale. So if you guys want to get in on this, you definitely want to get on it now. Base packs are going for $50, and these are only your base set of cards, right? And then you have your all-in pack, and you're getting one all-in card in that pack plus 5 base cards, and then your champion legends pack, right? You get the 5 base cards, and you get 1 all-in and 1 legendary champions legend set. So as you scale up there, you're getting more and more stuff. So I mean, let's take a look here real quick at the legends pack, right? So you can see here some of the legend moments, which are pretty significant. And then here's the all-in moments. So this is the entire set right here of the legendary moments, the ones that are available in this pack, and you can kind of peruse everything that's going on here. Have you guys looked at any of these moments? If you find any moments that were like, man, I remember that moment, or wow, that was a great hand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that Tony and Lynn are probably a little too young to remember some of the early moments, but yeah, I've been there for all 18 seasons, and a lot of great ones for sure. Even in the base pack, I was shocked to see how many great moments there are in the base pack. So that's a good one too. Definitely signed up for that as well.
Yeah. So let's go take a look at one of these moments, and so you guys can see exactly what they look like. So I love the fact that not only do you get the card, the moment here, but it also has some extended information as well, a little bit about the actual person that the moment is for, and then it shows you the winning hands too, which is great. It shows you the entire set of cards, the date, and the information, how much they won here. And there's actually even a video component of these, which a lot of people may not really be able to see, but
Lines are now 200 and...
Oh.
know that voice.
There we go.
Which one did you choose? Oh, it's Spendiaria. I'm watching the delay, so I'm like 10 seconds or so behind what you're choosing.
Antonio, he's got King Jack, makes it 800,000 to go.
Andrew looks down at the queen.
So, you know, when you get these NFTs, you're getting these video moments along with them, which I
Look at
think
the
is really
snap
cool.
call by Antonio. Chef the cheese.
And that's an amazing call for 5.4 million, not to blink an eye.
And that's the thing. That's like what I was saying earlier. You can ride an emotional roller coaster in the time of one hand.
Yeah.
Like my favorite one. I mean, I was going to say my favorite one is Joe Hashem, my fellow Aussie. But the hand that's attached to it, the moment that's attached to it, is just a heart attack in a matter of seconds, because it's just such an epic hand. If you want to watch that one, it's just like a 3-outer gets hit on the turn, and then Joe comes back on a 1-outer on the river. Like, it's just insane. It's such an epic moment.
Which moment was that one?
Joe Hashem. I think it's is it in the base set or is it the legendary set?
It is in the all-in set, I think, Lynn.
Oh, it's in the all-in.
I
Okay.
believe so.
Oh, yeah, here it is. Yep. Let's check it out. So Joe with pocket queens.
It's on David Redlin, and finally picking up a nice hand, ace queen offsuit.
Raise 180.
And he's going to make a raise going to 180. The only one to beat is Joe Hashem. He's picked up the double skirts, pair of queens.
He knows David's the tightest player at the table by far.
All over his
But still,
face,
you pick up
up
2
and
queens
down
in a
and
big
up
blind.
and
You gotta love it.
All right.
He's gonna come over the top. He is gonna raise.
It's a $500,000 raise.
Come on.
No, he's going over.
All in.
And Joe has called him, Vince.
Yeah.
Well, the kid gambling, perhaps at the wrong time here. His tournament life on the line. Huge pot.
Damn it, Joe. I almost folded it, man.
David Sanish.
Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah. Wow. So, so when it comes to these NFTs, like I said, really cool in general. Just there's so much to them. You're not just getting a card there with just someone's name on it. It's got a cool look to it. It's animated. You got all the data there. Plus, you get the video clips. So you really get to feel that moment. You really get to feel the excitement that I think comes with that.
Yeah.
What Tony? You said that this is going to be your very first time picking up NFTs, even though you've been in crypto for quite some time. What is it about this particular? I mean, obviously because it's connected to you and to World Poker Tour. But tell me a little bit about what about these NFTs really excites you, or that you really love.
Well, I always thought that poker videos and content was very digestible in these like brief moments. Like within social media and the poker community, we would send each other like hands or screenshots of these moments where we would sort of clown each other by showing certain bad moments from each other's career and want to sort of like capture and immortalize them. But all we could really do before was just like put it into GIF form, and most of us don't even know how to like make those exactly. So it's almost like it's filling a niche that was already there, but we just didn't have the perfect component to it, and the NFT is that.
I couldn't have said it any better than myself. There's nothing better than a good troll, especially on a friend that you maybe took down on a hand, and they can relive that over and over and over again. It's there now, and it can always go back to it. That's one of the things I love about these NFTs too, that include video in particular, is because there's so much going on, and like you guys said, 18 seasons. There's been probably dozens and dozens of amazing moments, and some of them may have kind of gotten buried or a little bit lost there.
Exactly.
But these NFTs breathe new life into them, right? I mean, I think that's a really cool factor there. So I love the meme ability.
Memeability.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I think that's a word. Memeability, is that word?
It is now.
It is now. That's right. It is now. So, Matt, you also I heard you earlier that you saying that not only you but your wife also getting in on these, right? Like you guys want to have a collection.
I think it's an investment opportunity. That's what we're excited about. I think it's something that is going to be on the secondary market, I think, in a week, right? Is that what's going to happen with that? How does that happen?
Yeah, exactly.
How do you trade these?
So right now they don't have the marketplace open, but that is on the schedule here to be live in about a week or so. So you'll be able to get your NFTs, and like I said, this is just the first week of this very first drop. So by drop 2 or week 2 of this drop, the marketplace should be launched. You'll be able to buy and sell them. I mean, trade them with other people. Maybe buy some of the favorite ones that you didn't get, because I can guarantee you when this drop sells out, there are going to be some sad people out there like, oh, I wish I had gotten ready sooner. I wish I had not waited to the last second. And then they can't get that moment that they need to complete their set or one of their favorite players, and they're going to have to go to the marketplace to go pick it up there. But I think you're right on the nose there, Matt. Great investment opportunity. Great investment opportunity. We've seen a lot of these NFT drops go up in value. I mean, that's basically what it comes down to, is that people really value these, because I think that like Tony said, of the coolness, right? But also the uniqueness. There's only a limited amount of these, and when you look at some of the ones we have on offer tonight, there is a very limited amount of these legendaries. So every legendary, there's only 100 legendaries, guys, of each legendary card. So if you don't get these packs, you're not going to get them. And in addition to that, not only are we doing the packs, but there's also a special silent auction going on tonight for a legendary Mike Sexton card, which there are only 3 of. Most legendaries, there are 100. This one, there's only 3, and you can only get it through this silent auction. That's pretty cool.
Sort of to build on what Matt was saying, I think there are already so many people with a background in collectibles in the poker community. Like, so many of my peers came up in Magic the Gathering or doing Pokemon cards, and this is just kind of the evolution of collectibles, and it just seems like such a natural fit for the world that we come from, the world that I come from.
Yeah. I totally agree there. When it comes to these digital collectibles, I think that a lot of people do feel the same way. It comes from this era of like, okay, well, I'm comfortable with digital assets, and I love collectibles, and now we're really starting to see expand to a point where, well, not only can you collect these things digitally, but you can do it in a way that that they are rare, that they're not going to be duplicated again, right? There's no way for me to say, okay, I'm just going to go steal this Mike Sexton, artwork and go mint my own NFT. Well, you really can't do that, guys. And just to give you a little quick primer, if you guys are new to this, maybe you love World Poker Tour and you're a big poker fan, but you don't really understand NFTs that much, I'll give you a little quick breakdown. So, like we were saying, NFTs essentially are just digital collectibles. The term NFT doesn't really mean a whole hell of a lot, right? Non-fungible token is what it actually stands for. But you can think of them as, simply digital collectibles that where the data about that collectible is secured by a blockchain. And so it's that, it's that kind of straightforward. And they say, well, I don't know what blockchain is, Stash. Tell me what blockchain is. Well, we can keep going down the rabbit hole here, but essentially, information being secured by a distributed network of computers, where the same information is kept on thousands of computers across the globe. So there's no way they can be corrupted. You can't change it. It's immutable, which means that that data you can rely on. You can rely on the fact that there are only going to be 3 Mike Sextons ever available at this rarity level. They're not going to be able to issue those ever again. So you can guarantee the rarity of your items, which I think is huge. And what Matt was saying about the fact that these are great investment opportunity, that's part of that, right? That's part of, sure. Like, right, Matt, do you want to invest in something where people just keep unlimiting, printing this? That wouldn't seem like it'd make a lot of sense, would it?
Yeah, I did a lot in baseball cards in the early 80s and early 90s, late 80s, and it just seemed like at that time it was super hot, but there was just so many of them being made. So This is why this is so much better. There's only 100 of certain cards made, only 3 of the Mike Sexton cards. And, I think it's going to be, that makes it so much more rare. And you don't have to worry about the condition either. It's always in perfect condition.
That's what I was going to say, Matt. It's like preservation is such a big perk to digital assets, digital NFTs, because so many of the things that you and I, Lynn, in our day would have collected break down over time. Like, this is a very specific reference, but if you ever played Magic, the most valuable card in the game was a Black Lotus. Well, I bought one for my college roommate. It's upstairs, but it's eroding. The edges are frayed. It's beat up. And being able to trade and work with digital assets in this way without having to worry about where am I going to preserve them? What if I lose them? What if they get damaged? What if there's a flood or fire? All those problems are solved.
Yeah.
All solved. No, you make a great point. Yeah.
I have an example for myself. I have Tony Dunst's cards
Oh, you have
What?
protection.
In mint condition.
Is that creepy?
No, exactly.
It's a little creepy, actually.
It's in plastic here.
Wow.
You've got to keep it perfect, you know?
Where'd you get that? From eBay or something?
Yeah. I have a collection, Tony. I've got a whole wardrobe
The
full
shrine. Is she pulled it off her shrine that's right behind the camera that she doesn't want you guys to see?
You're my madman.
Buying everything up on eBay, like.
Yeah.
No, but that's that's a great point. So with physical collectibles like this, they can get lost. They take up a lot of room. They can get deteriorated really easily. You bend one tiny little corner, and that's it.
It's a fraction of its value now. It's really true.
It's true, yeah. That's not in mint condition anymore. And so, with the pandemic too, we've seen a massive, massive increase in people wanting to collect things and collectibles in general. The collectibles market in 2020 just skyrocketed. All these major collectible companies have seen record profits and record amount of sales. And so, with something like this kind of piggybacking on that same kind of fever, it's so much easier to collect digital collectibles like NFTs than it is anything else. I mean, you don't have to leave your comfort of your own home. That's great. You just sit on the couch and like boop 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 boop, done.
Which is so 2021 of us, isn't it?
Very much so, yeah. From the comfort of our own home, we're collecting without having to leave. And, soon we'll be able to trade them too. And that's a lot of fun as well. So is there anything that you guys collect outside of this first drop that we're going to be all getting in tonight? Is there anything that you guys actually collect outside of this? What do you guys, are you guys collectors?
I actually have packets and packets and packets of Australian rules football collector cards here that I've only just started getting into like in the last few months. I have boxes of them all around me. So it's quite fitting that now we've gone into the NFT space because all of it's still very new to me.
Wow. Well, yeah, and you got them right there. What about you, Matt? Are you a collector? Do you collect anything? Anything you like to collect?
Yeah, I collect a lot of cards. I have some cards from that back when I used to collect them a long time ago.
Yeah.
I do mostly hockey stuff, but that's my thing. And then I have a lot of just different kind of signatures and jerseys and things like that from the Dallas Cowboys. And yeah, that's kind of my thing. And I have some stuff from bands as well that I've liked over the years.
Nice. What about you, Tony? Do you collect any other stuff? Like what's your big thing that you like to collect?
So I got a few that are kind of throwbacks. I did Magic the Gathering way back in the day, and I bought my college roommate's collection of Magic the Gathering cards, and that has done really well as an investment. Yeah. I didn't know what I was investing in, but I did. Pokemon cards back in the day, a whole variety of sports cards, and then one little oddball collection I do. So we on the World Poker Tour travel a ton for work, and I like to collect small amounts of currencies from each place that we go to. I like the idea of just building up this packet of what will now probably become defunct currencies at some point, and maybe handing them off to my kid as some kind of relic one day.
Yeah, they're like, what? Wow, you guys actually used to use metal for money? That's so weird, Dad. Ugh.
You used to carry your money around? What kind of weirdos?
You plebs.
Yeah, exactly. I'm right there with you on that. Most of the currency I collect these days is cryptographic currency. Crypto is definitely one of my favorites. But yeah, I'm a big collector. I love collecting vintage Star Wars paraphernalia, stuff like that, and then also comics and tons of different sports cards. I collect, and then I really have gotten into NFTs, and that's been a huge part of my collection and my creation too. I was actually one of the very first YouTubers ever. I was the first YouTuber ever to have his own NFT. This was back in 2018, and there wasn't anybody really doing it except for a few developers and a couple games. And I worked with a company to put it out there. And I was like the very first one ever. And after that, I was hooked. I love doing it, and I've kind of built this fun community. And here we are today, and it's great to be able to see Theta really pushing through with not only their great network that they've been pushing out through Theta TV and everything they're developing, but the fact that they're really getting into NFTs now in a big way here with you guys and World Poker Tour. So I mean, I think that we couldn't have had a better first drop here. I couldn't imagine what would have been better really for this, in particular with the many partners that Theta has. You guys were at the top of my list, so I'm excited.
I hope you picked up some CryptoPunks there, Stash, along the way.
You know what? Okay, so here's my quick CryptoPunk story. So when I first saw CryptoPunks in 2017, I was like, oh, these, cool, all right, yeah, like the Pixel art. I'm not, it's not really my thing. I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, sure.
I was like, I like pixel art, I really do, and I was like, this is not really even good pixel art. I'm not trying, not hating on them, but
not hating,
but I look at it, I was like, but I just didn't know what I was passing up, the opportunity, because there was a point where they were giving them away for free.
Oh no!
I'm not joking.
No.
Oh yeah, there was a point where they were giving them away for free. And so I just, it wasn't my thing. I was just like, I'm not super interested. CryptoKitties is really when I first got in. I was like, man, this is, this really showed the power, because what CryptoPunks wasn't really doing advanced kind of, technique with what they're doing. Their code wasn't super advanced. But when yeah, exactly. CryptoKitties came out, it was a whole nother level, and that's when it was really like, wow, this is huge. And I've been kind of covering things since then. So yeah, no, unfortunately, no CryptoPunks for Stash. I have an unofficial one. One of my fans made me an unofficial punk, so I have one that looks like me, and it's an unofficial one. It's not part of the collection, but it's a lot of fun. Yeah. Okay. So all right, we're really close to this drop. We're like 2 minutes out. Let's go back to the clock. We are 1 minute and 48 seconds away from this drop. Now, I got a question to ask all of you guys, because I know we're all waiting here to join this drop as well. You guys all have your fingers on the trigger, just like me, right? What are you going to do out there? What are you going to do if you can't get in on this one? What do you guys, again, how will you guys feel? Like, oh my gosh, I missed out. Is that FOMO there? Do you feel it?
Yeah, I definitely feel it. I'm getting blown up on the phone here. Everybody's saying, "How do I get in? I don't want to miss it."
Right? See, as I'm telling that FOMO, man.
I'm texting people, and they're like, poker players are pretty famous for getting in their last minute. And that's what's happening right now. Yeah,
it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense.
I have a feeling today will be the lesson learned experience, and then the next two drops, everyone will be more on time.
I am right there with you. I think that this is the very first drop here from Theta and from WPT. I think there's a lot of people maybe don't really know what to expect. They were like, "Where's the button? Where do I put my things in? I don't know exactly what I'm going to be getting. Where do my cards live? When I get them, where do they go?" Well, they'll be here. I'll show you real quick that they'll be here in your collection, and you can see here in once you have your cards, they'll be in my NFT collection here, and you'll be able to see them there and see all the stuff you got. Open your packs, because that's important, right? You want to be able to open these packs and see what you got. One of the big things about these too is that I love being able to hold my packs, but I don't know if you're going to be able to do that with these. You definitely have to open them and be able to see what you get out there, so you can get the whole collection. Anyone trying for the whole collection? No?
Yeah, for sure. Listen, got a countdown coming up.
All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Do it. Let's see if we refresh the page here, and
boom, game time.
Game time. All right, so hopefully you guys are jumping on this.
So now it's counting up the other way. Let's see how that goes.
Oh, drop is live. All right, let's go. Join the drop. Oh, here we go. Drop is live right now. So here you guys, this is where you guys are going to want to be at. So when you come here, make sure you click on the join the drop, and you're dropping on this right now. And for those that are 0 of 100 mate, 0. Okay, so here we go. So it looks like we might have sold out instantly. I think it's gone. They're gone already.
They're already gone.
Everything. 0 of 100 remaining. 0 of 200. 0 of 600. Gone.
Gone. Oh, I didn't even have time to load it.
Told you.
Oh my god.
Instant sellout. Stash knows.
Yeah.
I told you guys, instant sellout. So they're
your first rodeo, Stash.
This is not, and it will not be my last.
No.
Wow.
So there we go, guys. This very first week 1 pack drop instantly sold out. Tons of people pre-registered for this, so hopefully you guys got in. And it looks like there's a couple of packs still going here. Let's see if we can join the wait list. Okay, see, I didn't pre-fund my account, so I wanted to see if I could jump in here with you guys. So basically what's happened is it's seeding everybody randomly right now, so that's why it may be fluctuating with the numbers, but I definitely think that So yeah, so you have a little bit of time to actually. So yeah, the numbers are just coming in. So it wasn't an instant sell, but they're going to sell here pretty quickly because because what happens here is that they're actually putting you in a random queue, guys. So when you're in this random queue versus it being just everyone rushing and the server crashing, they put you in this random queue. So everyone who's like queued up when the drop goes live, you get you get a random number, and then you got to wait until you have a little bit of time to actually purchase your pack. And so this is actually, I would say, a little bit of a better strategy to do this. We've seen some other NFT projects do this as well to really good results, where you put people in a queue and it's a little bit more fair and it doesn't crash your system, and so you don't have as many problems. So I think that's where we're at right now. Everyone in that queue is loading. So I mean, everyone has a little bit amount of time, right? So they have a little bit of time for themselves to jump in and actually complete the transaction if they haven't put in their information there. So hopefully you guys are getting in on this, and you guys have already did you guys all pre-register for this and already have everything ready to go? Yeah. So I think we're seeing this countdown, and let's see.
I officially own an all-in pack and a base.
Nice, you got some already. Sweet.
Yes, but I'm not going to open it now because I want to film it.
Yep.
I gotta save the moment and film it and record it, 'cause my screen's not showing. Yeah,
and you know what? One of the things too is in the NFT industry, one of the big things that people really love to do is they just hold on to these packs.
Unopened, you mean?
Unopened, yes.
Right. Yeah, like that's what I'm doing here. I haven't opened these.
Yeah, there you go. See, you already know. Lynn's already on top of the game, and she didn't even know, guys. And this is an expert in the making right here, I think. She's an expert in the making. Yeah.
You're natural, Lynn.
The natural, right? But the thing with not opening packs is that on many of these projects you can sell the packs unopened, and so then people speculate, am I going to get really great cards in here? So they retain good value over time as well. So I always, whenever I do a drop, I'll buy some that I'm going to open and some that I'm going to keep in reserve and not open for a while, because that appreciation value is definitely there. And it's something we've seen with a lot of drops. And sometimes the unopened packs will even retain better value than some of the opened cards at sometimes too. So there is some strategy there when it comes to NFT drops, and that's a little bit about how I go about it. I kind of split my buy there, right? I'm split my buy-in. Not trying to splash the pot too hard.
Ooh.
You like that? I was brushing up on my WPT nomenclature terms. All right, let's go check back in here with the drop and see if we have moved up here. Because like I said, I know it gives it quite a bit of time, and it looks like maybe it's not updating. Let's see if we reload the page here. Because I was like, oh man, instant sellout. We'll see if it's it may be the server may be so overloaded with people trying to buy that it may not load here. Let's go back to the main website.
Right.
Yeah, let's see. We'll check back here in a second. So yeah, I mean, I think that this is, like you said, there's always a little bit of nervousness in both ways of like, oh man, am I going to miss out? Am I going to get it? Or is something going to go wrong? Or is my credit card not going to work or something like that? So there's always something going on there. The great, thing about this is you can actually purchase these cards with both credit card and with T-Fuel, which is the native cryptocurrency for the Theta.tv platform and the Theta network. So it's their like native cryptocurrency token. So you kind of have some options there, which is kind of nice. You can do it with the old crypto or with CC. I'm assuming you guys are all buying with CC, right? All credit carders.
Yeah.
We're old school.
No, nothing wrong with that. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I'd rather spend my dirty fiat on the cards than my precious hard-earned cryptocurrency.
I'm with you, man. Crypto's for holding, fiat's for spending.
There you go. See, Tony knows what's up. See, now you guys, a little lesson from Tony here. He's going to teach you guys while you're on the circuit here from now on. And we're gonna make good stashers out of all of you. That's what I call my community. I call them stashers. And we're all about long-term holding or stashing our crypto. And go through.
I never copped on to the play on words there.
You never got on that. Oh, I'm a lot cleverer than you guys thought, I guess. But no, I mean, I have a great community of people who like to learn about crypto with me, and NFTs in particular. We talk about them in my channels and like that. And so I call my community stashers. It's kind of a fun thing because we're all about that long-term hold, about building wealth over time and building our portfolio of NFTs, based on good projects and good long-term thinking and strategies.
Awesome.
So, when it comes to long-term thinking and strategy, I mean, that's something that you guys are not new to, right? I mean, that's something that you're dealing with on a daily basis. What's your long-term strategy? When it comes to dealing with coverage in World Poker Tour? I know you guys got to have them.
Well, Tony's got one because he's a poker player as well. So
right. My whole strategy for the last at least a year has been work as hard as I can at poker so I can win a bunch of fiat and then immediately just channel it into the crypto ecosystem. Well, how did you spend the pandemic? Grinding at poker so I can get more crypto.
I love it.
Sounds like my husband.
That's solid.
Yeah.
That's a solid strategy. I mean, I pretty much do the same thing, but without the poker. What about you, Lynn? You got a strategy? Do you have a long-term strategy for how you deal with like your speculation on your assets and your holdings, things like that?
Right.
How do you go about it?
It's funny you ask. So my husband is very similar to Tony, where he just wants to go all in with all of his fiat to crypto. I'm a little bit more old school and conservative. So I'm kind of like, can we just have a little bit of a balance here? Can we just put some money in the bank and be old school, please? Just so I can feel a little secure. And he thinks I'm wasting time. I'm wasting money. I'm burning money by putting money in the bank. Long term, we've found a nice balance with each other there, and we've got a bit of both.
Going all NFT all the time. Boop. I'm in. What about you, Matt? You got some good long-term strategies, some nuggets of wisdom you could share with us for your 18 years on the circuit there, man. You got to have something.
My wife's in on Las Vegas real estate right now, which is doing quite well.
Yeah.
Not as good as had we put it into crypto,
Bitcoin.
but I still think she's pretty smart about it. So that's what we're doing right now. And I want to diversify and get some Bitcoin and other things, but I haven't done it as of yet. Hopefully this NFT will pay off for me.
There you go. Well, the good thing about it is that, making an entry into the NFT space is as easy as finding something that you connect with, right? And that's something I've always said about cryptocurrency in general, but it goes even more so for NFTs because they're a lot more approachable than buying a token, right? Buying something that you love. Like if you're a huge poker tour fan or a huge poker fan, I mean, this is something you like, this interests me. I want to get in on this. And then now that gives you a little skin in the game, right? Now you're like, okay, now, whoa, I own some stuff. I own some NFTs. And that allows you to start that rabbit hole journey of learning and getting used to it and understanding a little bit more about what's going on. So I think that's a pretty big, easy entry, I'd say. Easy entry. What do you guys think? You guys think that this will be what gets you hooked to NFTs? Maybe.
I think so. I think this is going to be it. I know a lot of people that are into Top Shot. They tried to get me into it, but I don't. Not being an NBA fan like Tony is a very big NBA fan. I thought it wasn't for me, but it doesn't even matter. You don't even have to be an NBA fan. You don't even have to be a poker fan to be a part of this. You can just be an investor and try and pick up some money this way. I think that's what people don't understand, and that's what I didn't understand. You don't have to be a part of this world to or make more money from it. I think it's just something that you can just speculate on, and I think it's a good reason to speculate for sure.
Yeah. What do you think about speculation versus adoration? What do you think, Tony? I mean, more people will speculate, or more people are like, I love this thing. I just want to have it. I want to be a part of it. I love it.
From what I've seen lately, it seems like a pretty even blend. So I think in the crypto space, a lot of people lend themselves to the speculation side of things.
Sure.
But with NFTs, I do think there is a little more of a authentic connection to whatever the collectible is, whatever that collectible space is covering, as opposed to pure speculation. I think most people want to speculate on crypto assets. They just go straight to the coins, the tokens, governance tokens, yield farming, that kind of thing. Whereas NFTs hits a little more into that, well, are you really into poker? Are you really into the NBA like Top Shot? I know MLB recently did an NFT drop. That, I think, depends a little more on, well, do you connect to the product? Do you connect to the sport? Do you connect to the game? So I do think there's a pretty even blend there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think that there's people out there speculating, seeing, maybe they're not the biggest fan of this certain NFT thing, but they know it's big. They know other people are going to really love it and like, hey, I want to get in on this, MLB is a great example. Like I said, they just dropped, NFTs on the Wax blockchain, which is a different blockchain. And then, NBA Top Shots is on yet another different blockchain. And they've been doing incredibly well. And so I think that, we're going to continue to see this more and more. This is not something that's going to just like, I don't see it as a fad. It's not just a hype, but like, oh, it's all hyped right now. And then, in a year or so, we'll just be calling them the latest Beanie Babies. But some people feel that way. I don't feel that way. What about you, Lynn? Do you feel like this is maybe just a fad and, it's going to go away at some point and people are just going to die out and it's going to be over and people are just going to look at it like a little footnote in cryptocurrency?
No, I mean, it's the way the future was always headed, is to go into a more virtual existence. And then obviously the year that we've experienced has put us on a speed train even further in that direction. And it's just a reflection of where we're at in the world right now. And a perfect example as well was one of my best friends from high school. I've known her for half my life. She's a mother of two. She works in fashion. She's not in this space in any means. She texts me because her husband's kind of getting into cryptocurrency and she texts me going, Andy, her husband, bought me Top Shot and I drew a 16. I drew a 16. And I was like, the fact that this friend has told me that and also that I understand what she means blows my mind.
That's a good indication. Like, hey, this is now actual mainstream.
This is real. Yeah.
No, I get you right there. Yeah. When my parents come in, they say, yeah, it's like, oh, hey, the latest Top Shot drop is tomorrow at Monday. I'm like, wow, thanks for the heads up. I mean, I would have seen the email, but I appreciate you texting me so I know.
Yeah. And when my dad started asking my husband about Bitcoin, I knew, okay, things have gotten real. That generation is now curious.
Yeah. I think that we for a long time, the cryptocurrency industry had been very fringe and a lot of people, kind of looked at it like, oh, it's a scam. It's a pyramid scheme. It's not really. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I hate to say, hey, I told you so, but I've kind of been telling you guys so for the last 5-6 years here on YouTube and on Twitter and through the website and stuff. So it's great to see, though, people really starting to come around and understand the power that cryptocurrency and NFTs as well actually extend that power to be able to kind of cut out the middleman, give the creators a chance to be able to go direct to their fans. And that's essentially what we're doing here with this WPT ThetaDrop, is that you guys, in conjunction with Theta, the blockchain, you were able to say, hey, we're going to make these really cool NFTs. We're going to offer them directly to our fans. We don't have to worry about anyone permission. We don't have to worry about getting someone to do this for us. Who's going to say, yeah, we're gonna take a big chunk of this and here's the peanuts left over. That's how most creators and most people who have done creative type of things have been kind of treated here. And so I think it's a great advantage for people who understand the power of what an NFT can unlock in lots of different industries, right? It's not just collectibles, but there's so many things that you can do with NFTs. I would love to see the next the next winner of the World Poker Tour get a commemorative NFT with his win as well. That would be so awesome. Think about that. Or an NFT trophy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that is a good idea. I like that.
Then you could do a signature series with that winner with his like his signature on there and stuff like that too. You guys could do it. There's so many cool things you could do. I have, just as we're talking, I'm having all these great ideas. But yeah, I mean, I think that there's a lot of potential here. And like we were talking about before, guys, there is still 3 more sales after this.
Wow.
We still have more to go. So this is not the first one. So if you guys are like, oh, I missed out, or I can't get going on, like there's problems right now because it does look like they're experiencing a lot of traffic right now. The Theta team just told me that they're getting more traffic, way more traffic than they expected, and they're working to get everything up back ASAP. But just know that if you did have any kind of trouble getting into the drop or you didn't get in right away, this is not your only opportunity. It's not that if you missed out tonight, you can't get back in. You can't do it. That we have a drop next week and a week after that and a week after that, right? So I'm excited about that.
It's
Let's talk.
exciting, probably.
Yeah. So I mean, well, it makes it fair for people, you know. And like you said, tonight is kind of like work things out. Lynn called it ahead of time. She's like, work things out tonight, and then after tonight, we'll the next week, everyone will be ready. They'll be prepared. They'll know exactly what to expect, and I think things will go pretty smooth.
And Stash, there's kind of one more thing I wanted to add on the subject of, will this be a bubble? Will the bubble pop one day? And it's like, look, I'm sure some form of cryptocurrencies or NFTs will have that bubble popping moment, but the idea that you can write it all off as some bubble that's going to pop denies how practical NFTs are for a lot of issues that occur in the collectible and art world. I mean, just take the subject, I'm going to use a fancy word here, of provenance, which is like a very fancy, bougie way of saying the pedigree and history of a piece of art, right? Where in the art world, you can have masterpieces that get faked and duplicated that are so good that even experts cannot decipher the real thing from the fake. But with an NFT and with their creation being imprinted on a blockchain, you have permanently solved the issue of provenance, of where did this NFT come from? Is this the authentic NFT? And whether that means for a World Poker Tour moment collectible or any other kind of NFT, whether it's artwork, that kind of thing, like, it solved such a major problem that there's no reason to go back from that.
Yeah. I 100% agree. I mean, Matt, have you ever bought anything that you thought was genuine, like legit, real, and then come to find out, like, oh, no, it's not. It was a fake. I can't believe it. Has that ever happened to you?
Only for my wife, and when it came to a purse. But
oh, really?
Yeah. I should have known better.
Fake Gucci.
I should have known better when it was only $20.
You walk down the street, and someone goes, "Hey, I got this Gucci bag," and he's like, "How much? $20?" Like, sounds like it's a too good deal to pass. Okay, let's go.
I should have known better. She saw it right away. I tried to get it by her, but
it's Gucci with 3 eyes. I guess I didn't notice.
It was no good.
What about you, Lynn? Have you ever purchased something that you thought was real and authentic, and then come to find out, like, no, it's really not. It's not worth anything.
Thankfully not, but I mean, once when we were so the WPT, we go on a cruise every year, and there was this one year where I'd forgotten my sunnies, or like we'd gone off the ship and we were in Jamaica or something, and so at the port they were selling all of these sunglasses, and I bought some Ray-Bons.
Bonds
for $10.
Perfect. Yeah.
Ray-Bons, but I knew I was buying it though.
Hey, I mean, at least getting I don't care what they're called. If you don't have your sunglasses and you're sunnyless, then I'll take whatever they got at that point.
Right.
Yeah. So I've also had an instance where so I was actually going to a concert that I didn't have tickets to, because my friend was like, "Oh, we'll be able to for sure be able to grab some tickets outside, no problem." And so we get some tickets. If they look legit, we're right outside the venue, and then we get up right at the front of the line, and they try and scan them, boop boop, and they're like, "Nope." It's like, eh. And he's like, "Try it one more time, man, please." And I'm like, no. And we spent all this money on these concert tickets, thinking we were going to get in, and we were scammed. Yep.
Oh no.
Not authentic. But if those were blockchain tickets, I would have easily have been able to know that they were genuine. I could have checked. I could have saw that they were from the venue, or from Ticketmaster or wherever else, and they would have scanned my phone and transferred the QR and everything, boom, 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 and it would have been perfect. But we didn't have that back then. There was not even Bitcoin at that point. So
back in the black and white days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'm right there with you, Tony. I think that's one of the best things about that is that that these NFTs, they're going to be legit. That these came from the creator, and that's the main thing. So just checking here to see. Yeah, it looks like we're still under maintenance. So if you guys are trying to get in, I think there's just there's so many people, thousands of people trying to hit this platform all at once.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, that's how much they want these NFTs, guys. and it's just ongoing too. So like I said, be patient. Definitely the worm. We'll say the worm goes to the most patient, not the earliest, but the most patient in crypto and NFTs. You want to be early too. I think it's good to be both, actually, early and patient.
Right.
I think that's important. Yeah. So when it comes to this set here, we talked a little bit about the fact that this is not the first sale. There's going to be additional sales here, so you have other chances. But there's also going to be additional legendary auctions that are going to be going on, and they haven't been revealed yet. So I was thinking I want to hear. So we know the first auction is Mike Sexton, right? That is the rarest of the rare legendary card that's going to be in this drop. There will be no rarer card than his card. So that is the first one that's going to be on auction. And once the website's are back and running again, everything's ship tight. You'll be able to bid on that auction until Wednesday of next week, and then the next auction then drops off. Will start then as well. But maybe we could speculate a little bit and see. I want to hear who do you guys think is going to be the next legendary that is going to go on auction? What do you think, Matt?
I have to say probably our biggest all-time winner, and that would be Darren Elias, maybe. He's got 4 wins, 4 championships on the World Poker Tour, and more final tables than anybody else, and just a crusher. So he's a guy that I think probably deserves it. But of course, there is the Doyle Brunson final table, which I think could be a great one as well. He won a WPT championship at the Bicycle Casino, so I think that would be a great one. Also, there's just so many moments that I could think of that could be the legendary ones that we've had in the past.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I think that's a great guess. I mean, if you're going to go with somebody, go with the top. Right. Yeah. So what do you think, Tony? Who do you think is going to be the next one to be revealed? Because we got at least 3 more. There's 3 more auctions, so you guys could all actually be right, and then it'd be just the order.
I think Matt made a couple of really good guesses. Mine would be one of Gus Hansen's wins from season 1, if I'm remembering correct. Way back when I was just a guy watching the WPT and not anywhere close to on it. Gus Hansen was kind of like the breakthrough star of season 1. I think he won 2 titles in the first season, and this is when poker exploded across the U.S. And there's this sort of iconic image of him winning the tournament and then kind of doing this like very unique sort of flex that he did. And it's one of those moments that kind of gets seared into your mind, and I think has been seared into the mind of a lot of poker fans. But it's also like a real throwback. This is almost 20 years ago now. But Gus is somebody who had an amazing poker career, who helped break open the World Poker Tour and poker to the American and the global audience, and someone who just kind of had a lot of staying power in the poker world.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's big. People love flamboyance. When you talk about the favorites. When you got real good personality, people love that. They latch onto it, and that makes a great NFT as well, right? The people who have that energy that you want to see at the table. Yeah,
for sure.
So what do you think, Lynn? What's your prediction for the next legendary auction card?
Well, I mean, it's about picking something that's really rare. And Tony Dunst won a tournament, which that's not going to happen again. So, I mean,
burn!
I'm a young man, Lynn.
She went from super fan to super hater in like 30 seconds there.
Just teasing. No, I totally agree with what Savage and Tony have said. Like, I mean, Darren Elias is our 4-time champion. To win 4 WPT titles, that is insane. And I remember we were tableside when he won his 4th one, and it was just unbelievable to watch that. Like, are you kidding? How is this happening? How are you at another final table, and let alone heads up for a title right now, and then to take it down? There's a lot to choose from of legendary rare moments on the World Poker Tour. So I can't wait to see what 2 will be chosen.
Yeah. No, I have no idea. I wish I knew. We asked them, I was like, hey, can you tell us so we could leak it on the stream? Like, no, we're not going to do that. I go, come on, let me leak it. They're like, no, they won't let me. So I'm in the dark just like you guys, but I'm excited to know who it's going to be. When it comes to some of you guys' favorite players that are playing in this current season and are also in this first drop, who's your pick for like, hey, I really like, this is one of my faves. Maybe not one that's going to be the legendary, but just out of the entire set. What was one of your faves? Anybody got a particular favorite?
Well, I feel so typical. I mean, the Mike Sexton hand is a very emotionally connected one to all of us. I mean, Mike is just a dear family member, friend, and he's had the greatest impact on the poker world than any other human ever has and ever will. And that moment of him winning his tournament was so moving for all of us, because at the time it was the 15th season, and he had been around since season 1, and that was something that he was gunning for 15 years literally. And so Mike was a man who wore his heart on his sleeve, especially when it came to poker, and that night it was just such an epic journey for him to win that title. We saw him shed so many tears throughout the journey of the final table, and you see it in that moment too. Like when you play that moment, you can see him, trying to hold the tears back because he knows that I think this is the hand. And it had been such an epic heads-up battle as well. It had gone for hours, and it was so early in the morning. It was just that we have such an emotional tie to that, not only just the industry as a whole, but also just every poker player who loves poker will have an emotional connection to that one. So it's very special.
That just you describing it right now gave me the feels. I'm like envisioning. I'm like, man, that would really get you going. It's one of those things where it's iconic.
Yeah,
it's iconic.
Definitely iconic, and that's why his name now is upon the Mike Sexton Champions Cup. Because of that moment and the things that he's done for the WPT and for poker. And so I think that nothing will ever be as big as that. So I'm glad that they've chosen that as one of the 3 main hands.
Yeah. And so, you think about that. If that's the legendary that's going first here in auction, it's one of the most rare moment. You can only imagine what else is going to be, what kind of other goodies are going to be up on auction here in the next couple of weeks. So this is definitely something you guys want to stick around for. And if you guys want to, like I said, keep up to date on this, definitely follow me on Theta or on YouTube. I have a great channel there, and I'm always posting about upcoming NFT drops, and I'll be covering the next couple of weeks. So I'll keep you guys up to date with some update videos, so you know exactly what's going on and who the latest drops are, and what you can look forward to if anything changes within the sale as well. So you can I make sure you guys are well informed, because this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. I mean, it's a little bit of a sprint tonight, but it's a couple short sprints.
Yeah. And you may not know this, Stash. You may not know this, but poker is just really, really hot right now. Everybody's been dying to get out and play poker again. Yeah. We just broke our record down in Florida, the biggest event we've ever had by 700 entries. So, yeah, it's really hot right now. So I think it's a perfect time for us to do this drop as well.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. So many people have been pent up. Right. Yeah. I mean, they haven't been able to go out, interact, and I think that's a big thing. I mean, what do you guys prefer, playing poker in front of a computer, or do you like being there?
I think poker should be played live. I mean, Tony may disagree with me. I think it should be played live. I think all these moments, we may not have any online NFTs. You know what I mean?
Right.
So what does that tell you?
The little avatar, like that's all you get, just like some dude's avatar, and it's like, that's not really cool.
I just think it's meant to be played live. That's just my opinion.
You're right.
I love online poker. We play Club WPT all the time, every week, and we enjoy that. But I still think, I think it's just being there, and face to face, mano a mano with that other player. I think that really makes it really great.
I agree with you, Matt. What do you think? What do you think, Lynn? Are you more of a live, or you prefer? You think it? Over the internet's fine too.
There's such different games. It's like 2 completely different experiences. And the sort of the intimacy, romance, or like that you get from the live experience can never be fully translated into an online experience. It's what I love about poker in the live setting is that you get to sit at a table that is almost like sitting at a dining table with 8 other people who are from completely different walks of life. And sit and have a conversation and play this game that you both appreciate. And I just think that's such a rare opportunity. The types of people that I've met in this game, it's priceless. The connections that you make and the conversations that you have, that I feel like there's not many other spaces in the world, in life, that can offer that opportunity for you. And whereas online, it's a much more mathematical game, and it's just totally different. So they're very different.
Yeah.
All right, Tony, defend the online.
Yeah. What do you got for you? You
I'm-
got to come with something big, Tony, because I think they're a little bit ahead of you on this one.
Actually, I'm going to hedge a little bit here because I think
Hedge.
both forms of poker are awesome. I do think that live poker is the purest and obviously most traditional form of poker. It's where the game originated, and I do believe it's probably the more fun version of online poker. As much as I love it, feels a little more like just kind of being locked into your commuter, being in your personal space, being at work. I love online poker because of its pace, its accessibility, the fact that you can be in some house in some faraway distant corner of the world, nowhere close to an airport, and yet you could still be eligible and able to play in the biggest online tournament in the world that day, that month, that year. So just the accessibility of online poker is fantastic, and I think that in online poker it's such a tough arena that the cream really rises to the top. We can really determine who are the very best ones in online poker, whereas live, I do think that while the best players will get the money over the long term, it's so hard to reach the long term when you can only play a couple hundred live tournaments in a given year. Like I can play a couple hundred online tournaments in a week, no exaggeration. So they're very different animals, and they're both great. I love them both.
That's a great point. I mean, definitely make some strong case there for online poker versus in person. And for me personally, one of the things I always really love about playing in person is playing the people. Being able to read and see the people and really get that feel, and you don't get that obviously online, and so you're right, it's a little bit of a different game, but the accessibility is off the charts. You're right. You can unless you literally live across the street from a casino, you're probably not going to be getting in as many matches, live as you could doing it, online. So. Totally makes a lot of sense to me, but it's always more fun to be in person, right? And that's what we want, like you were saying, that record numbers out to come see these matches and come play in the World Poker Tour. And I think that tonight's drop is just another amazing example of that demand. So much demand that the website was is just overloaded. And this is that's not an easy thing to do, guys. In particular with these drops, it can happen, but. We do know that there's that demand there, and so like I said, definitely be patient because there's going to be more sales here, and this is not your only chance. So you will be able to get these WPT NFTs here as long as you are persistent and don't give up.
Let me ask you a question, Stash. Ben Lamb, who is one of the moments, says he wants to buy his no matter what the cost is. How will he do that in the future? How can he get a hold of his own card?
Yeah, so if you're looking to get a specific card that you maybe didn't get in your pack because they are random, you'll be able to buy that in the marketplace. So Theta is going to be launching a marketplace here in about a week or so, in conjunction with this 4-week drop we're having, and you'll be able to just go there and you can just buy one card if you really just wanted just one, or you can buy all of your own cards, right? You're like, I'm going to buy myself out and buy the 50 that are on the market that everyone has there. And you could have your own. So there'll be an opportunity to be able to pick up cards in the marketplace once that launches too. So.
But if I'm the owner of it, I have to give that up, right? I can't just somebody can't just buy it, right? They have to.
You got to put it. The owner has to put it on sale. Yep. So you just someone might have that card and they put it up for sale and they say I want X amount of dollars, or they can put it on auction as well. They'll I'm sure they'll have auctions there too. So. So a lot of option there for you to get that one specific card you really want.
Okay. So they
can make them an offer they can't refuse, man.
They can't refuse.
They get to name their price, so basically that's the way it is. Okay, cool. I love it.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to do it for us tonight. We had an amazing drop. I know we did have some technical difficulties, but like I said, stick with it. Do not give up. The website will be back up, and you have multiple chances to get back in on this drop. So don't go away. Don't give up, and don't let these NFTs slip from your hands. Because they are going to sell out. I feel it. I know that they will, and I don't want people to be sad that they missed out. So make sure that you get your account ready and keep at it. Keep at it.
Okay.
So anything you guys want to say before we wrap things up here for the very first NFT drop here with the World Poker Tour? Anybody got some last comments?
I just want to echo. I want to echo your thought on don't give up, because I know that even though we're having some problems with it tonight, I know that they will be available, and you can pick those up, and you won't be able to pick them up for very long. I think it's going to be a very good sale of this first drop.
Yeah. Anything to close us out, Lynn? Words of advice,
I'm
wisdom.
so excited, and I love that we've crashed the site from how much demand there is. Like, this is a great sign. This is a very, very, very good sign. So,
it might be our fault. I think maybe we hyped it too hard. I think that with all of us on stream and just the collective amazing power that we put out there, I think it probably was our fault. Sorry, guys.
Well done. We'll be looking for your Twitter account and all the information from Theta.
Keeping the updates
make
for
sure
you
that we
guys.
get it.
Yeah. You
Make
definitely
sure it gets
can
out there.
follow me on Twitter on YouTube, and I'll be keeping you up to date. Tony, last words before we go.
Yeah, can't wait to see what happens in the secondary marketplace. I'm just a lover of markets and collectibles in general, so I'm just so fascinated to see how that evolves, and I am going to be making some offers people can't refuse.
You can't refuse.
Yeah.
Well, I'm all in on this as well, guys, and I had a great time tonight hanging out with all of you and all of you out there that are watching, all my stashers and all of the new NFT fans out there, and you World Poker Tour fans as well. That's all we have for tonight, folks. Until next time, stash that crypto, friends.
Bye.
bye.